So hello everyone, welcome back. So we'll be discussing some antihypertensive drugs and its indication and side effects, because this topic is really important because they can ask you special condition. So let's get started. So first question. First question is, what is the best drug to prescribe a hypertensive patient who already have diabetes? Okay, so they are telling that this patient is already have diabetes. Okay, so plus now he is diagnosed with hypertension. So what is the best drug that we can add? Okay, so we have four options. So the options are AC inhibitors, beta blockers, spironolactone and thiazides. Okay, so all these actually are drugs, antihypertensive drugs. Okay, so all these drugs comes under antihypertensive drugs. Okay, again we should know each drug can be specific for each condition. Okay, because these special conditions are really important. Okay, so if the patient is having some comorbidities, like here he is having diabetes, okay, the drug can change. Okay, so the drugs are really important. So here the answer is AC inhibitors. Okay, so first of all you should know that which are the examples of AC inhibitors. Okay, so whenever they are telling that a patient is hypertensive and he already have diabetes, which is the best drug, means that is AC inhibitors. Okay, so to remember easily, all these drugs ends with pril. Okay, so the examples are captopril, ramipril, lisinopril. Okay, so most of these drugs ends with pril. Okay, the most used one is ramipril. Ramipril. Okay, again as I said, there are many drugs. Okay, so here the answer is AC inhibitors. Okay, again we have options like beta blockers, spironolactone, thiazides. Okay, so I can discuss all these options in coming slides. Okay, again moving on to next slide. So the next question is, a patient on lisinopril, okay, complaining of dry cough, which drug can be given to this patient that has same action without the side effect? So the options are losartan, thiazides and beta blockers. So this patient is already on lisinopril, so it ends with pril, that means it is a ACE inhibitors. Okay, so he is already on this drug and now he complains of dry cough. So they are asking which drug can be given to this patient that has same action. So they need almost same action of this AC inhibitor but without the side effect. That means without this dry cough. Okay. So the major problem with this AC inhibitor, that means all those drugs that ends with pril, is dry cough. Okay, and sometimes this can be very problematic with the patient because they will be coming back to us, because this is the most common side effect that can occur with around 80% of patients. Okay, other than this, another important side effect is this causes increased in potassium levels in our blood. Okay, that means hyperkalemia, and there are many more side effects, like they can cause hypotension, like they can suddenly reduce the BP, then nausea, like common side effects of all drugs. Okay, but remember these two side effects, because next exam point of view you should know these. Okay, dry cough and potassium increase or hyperkalemia. Okay, so and another drug with the same action without the side effect is ARBs. Okay, that means angiotensin receptor blockers. Okay, and examples of ARBs is mostly they ends with sartan. Okay, so the example here is losartan. So it can be telmisartan. There are more drugs. Okay, so remember, if they are asking a drug that has same action without the side effect of dry cough, that means this drug doesn't cause the side effect. Okay, but it has almost equal efficiency. Okay, so here the answer is losartan. So whenever they are telling some other patient is having, say, like some problems with AC inhibitors, we can easily switch the patient to this ARBs, because they have already the almost the same action. Okay, so that is the answer. Again, moving on to next question. So what is the best treatment for hypertension caused by hyperaldosteronism? So we have many options. So we should know what is this hyperaldosteronism. Okay, so this condition actually comes under endocrinology. So what happens is here, there is hyperaldosteronism. That means aldosterone in our blood is increased. Okay, so what happens is, the major manifestation of this condition is the patient can have hypertension with hypokalemia. That means the potassium levels will be reduced in our blood. Okay. So when we choose a hypertensive or antihypertensive, actually we can't give a antihypertensive that again reduces the patient's potassium levels. Okay. So that's why here we choose a diuretic or a potassium sparing diuretic. Okay. That means they won't reduce the potassium levels. Okay. So here the answer is spironolactone. Okay. Again, we can't use any other drugs like example thiazides, because as I said, one of the side effect of thiazide is hypokalemia. Okay. So it's always better to go for this potassium sparing diuretics, that is spironolactone. Okay. So here the answer is C. Okay, so whenever you see hyperaldosteronism and the patient needs this antihypertensive, the most accurate answer is spironolactone. Okay. Again, next question. So all these questions are specific because they can actually ask you these special cases. Again, coming to next question. An antihypertensive drug contraindicated in asthma patients. Okay. So we know that what happens in asthma is mainly the patient has bronchoconstriction. That means all the airways will be constricted. Okay. So we can't give any drug that causes further constriction. Okay. So the drug contraindicated is beta blocker. Okay. But because beta blockers means examples are all those drugs that ends with role, propranolol, okay, all those drugs that ends with role. Okay. So what happens with, or the side effects of beta blocker is bronchoconstriction. Okay. That means already whenever a patient is taking beta blockers, they can have this side effect. Okay. So if we are giving this drug to asthma patients, it can aggravate this bronchoconstriction. Okay. So that's why we don't use beta blockers in asthma patients. Okay. So hope you understood. So all these are some special cases, and all these questions are seen in exams also. Okay. So hope you enjoyed this video. See you in another video. Bye bye.